everybody. We are the Denver Astrology Group, and we are here today with just a casual hangout for Aspects and Afterthoughts. Bren wanted to start us off with reading a card to see where we're going.
Oh, you get that one, and you get that one, and I get this one.
The middle of Scorpio.
Ooh, so you have Six of Cups reversed.
Oh.
Okay, what do you have? You have...
Page of Cups. It came out reversed.
Oh, so you also have reversal. I have a reversal, too. Mine's Queen of Wands reversed. We got some water and fire. How do you guys feel about your cards?
I feel good. I mean, this is just like nostalgia in like the middle part of Scorpio. We just had Mars entering Scorpio. I think it's just gearing me up for my own middle decan placements in Scorpio to be like, yo, that shit's gonna happen sooner rather than later. You gonna be sad nostalgia about it, or you gonna grow the fuck up? Mm-hmm. Probably just warning me to not be sad nostalgic about it.
Oh, well, and that's your 10th house, right, Scorpio? Mm-hmm. So, like, being able to show up in that vulnerability maybe too.
I make a lot of sad boy art. Follow me on Instagram.
Yeah.
Mine's Page of Cups, and I always love when a fish pops up in the tarot because I'm a Pisces rising. And for this one, there's a little fish in the cup. And so to me, that just tells me, like, embody my emotions, I guess. I don't know. And also be gentle with the way that I perceive them.
Mm-hmm. I love the Page of Cups, too, because it's like it's the learner, right? You're open to learning and being curious. That's very Gemini moon, you, too. But it's also like you can sense when something's fishy. Instead of, like, bringing it to your lips to drink it and being like, oh, my God, that's terrible. It's like you can smell the fish from a mile away. And, you know, it's like that emotion.
Yeah.
No,
but you know what I mean? Like, so
no,
you can
I
smell
do.
Something fishy earlier, so you don't have to repeat those old mistakes.
Yeah. Well, as a Pisces rising, like, Pisces is all about the illusion, and sometimes I confuse myself because I smell something fishy and people are like, you're being way too paranoid.
Yeah.
You know?
And then you're right later.
Sometimes.
Well,
yeah, 50-50.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's valid.
Because I am just part crazy. But it's
yeah,
fine.
that's valid.
I mean, you guys share in that.
I got the Queen of Wands reversed. This is one of my favorite cards because it's like that baddie card. You got the cat, you got the sunflower. And sunflowers to me symbolize like they take the toxins out of the soil. Like they can literally, you know, they can get rid of like lead in soil.
Oh, I did not know
Yeah,
this.
that's why planting sunflowers are really powerful. And
they suck to grow in crop though. It's the worst.
Yeah. I think this is telling me that I need to eat more sunflower seeds, so. I really
I don't know why that found that funny.
I love sunflower seeds, so. The dill pickle kind.
Where do you find them?
This, like at a gas station.
Oh, sorry. Just regular sunflower seeds, yeah. I want to find one where it's just the kernels. You can just...
probably like Ace Hardware.
Yeah.
You can get them in jars in the grocery.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
For like salad, in the salad group. But yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I do see this as like reverse too, and I see that as like a retrograde too, and like a reflectant. Like, I have this baddie energy in me, and I need to let it out.
Do it. Come on.
Spit those seeds.
So, how, applying this to the astrology now, do you think these cards are appearing because of the eclipse energy?
Oh, yeah. Well, and today is the Mars square Pluto, and not only that, the moon was conjunct Mars right at that moment.
Really?
Yeah, the exact same minute and everything.
I did not feel it. I
woke up to it. Was like, hello. Okay.
No.
That's nice.
I did wake up around that time, but I don't think it was because of that.
Yeah.
That square is happening in my... I don't even know.
I don't know. That's my first and my 10th. I did wake up around that
That's
time.
angular.
I don't know if it was... Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if it was like... That's maybe why I woke up, but...
Yeah. That's in my 9th and 12th. Yeah. And so, since it's 12th, it probably happened, and I just don't see it.
Oh, yeah. It's like that.
Oh.
Well, and I have it natally in my 9th and 12th. The Mars in my 12th, squaring my Pluto.
Interesting.
9th. So, a lot of, like, beliefs that get rattled or, like, changes, shifts of perspectives.
I guess I have been very introspective the past couple days, but it's been gentle. I'm not, like, Martian arguing with myself or whatever.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good, at least.
That's what your 11th... What's the other one, though? It'd be the other side of your zodiac,
8th.
though.
Oh.
Isn't it?
No.
8th is Scorpio, 11th is Aquarius, so that's where it's squaring right now. And we were talking, there's personal stuff going on with this eclipse, but yeah, I'd love to talk about the eclipse too. This is the new moon solar partial eclipse in Virgo on Sunday.
Wow, that's a mouthful. Say that
I know.
10 times quick.
Literally. Yeah, you're a Virgo person. Have you been feeling it?
It's in my 8th and my 2nd, so it's just a lot about debt and finances, honestly. Like, that's a majority of it. It's really being, I mean, this is also my nodal opposition, so it's like, wow, I'm almost 30. I'm almost in my center return. Like, where do I not have my life together? Where do I still need to, like, get shit in place and, like, put work into shit and, like, make sure that I am, like, set. Honestly, I didn't think that I would be living this long, so it's a lot of like, oh, well, I didn't make the steps before because I didn't think I would be alive and breathing now, and now it's almost like not like a regret. I just kind of want to like slap younger self around the face and be like, what if you fail though?
Yeah, I mean, not to
backup plan.
Not to diminish what like you're going through, but like I feel like that's just a common theme a lot of people go through of like looking back and wanting to tell your younger self like this is actually what you should do. And I feel like the medicine in there is just like being a little bit more gentle and celebrating that you're still here.
That Jupiter in Cancer. Oh, sure. I don't want to do that. I don't like that mindset. You know, I'm here. We're surviving. It's a time. But I have, if you don't be concerned, I have attributed my life. I gave it up to the universe long ago. I will go out when natural causes allow me to. Whenever the universe deems it's my time, that's my time. Who am I to say that I know better than the universe, you know? That's my mindset, at least, with it.
Yeah.
But
I'm glad you're here.
Well, do we want to talk about some global things that's been going on with the eclipses?
No. If you want me to get really political really quick, sure.
We could talk about the rapture. I like that one.
Well, not going into details, but like
fun.
this eclipse season is activating Pisces and Virgo, which is like spirituality on one hand and logic communication on the other. And some things have happened, and during the past 2-3 weeks, people have been very vocal about their spiritual beliefs.
Well, I feel like it's also on the flip side of that too. With the over-vocalization of people's spiritual beliefs, we're seeing and noticing all of the cracks in this system. All of the cracks in this cult that exists in like a negative sense, because like, I don't know, I feel like there's a difference between like true Christianity and Christian nationalists. True Christians will believe that yes, you treat everybody with kindness and respect and everybody is your equal, as Oracle calls upon us, and that you know, you help out the poor and you spit at the rich, you know. And people lose those messages a lot and turn it into their own corrupt personal agendas and do whatever the fuck they want with it. But I feel like that's a lot of the Pluto and Leo generation experience in their Pluto opposition, you know? Their collective is fighting them back on their own personal beliefs, and they're doubling down. They're quadrupling down.
They're buckled in.
They're so buckled in.
Well, like, Virgo is all about the communication, and the way that I see Pisces coming in is it's the confusion in translation. Because in a lot of these talks that I've had with people during this time, it's like, hey, we actually just agreed on multiple points, but for some reason we think we're, like, arguing about stuff that's dividing us. I'm like, where can we celebrate the agreement? Because it seems like during this time, a lot of people are starting to unify and start to stand up against higher powers.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how, like, people do the whole blue-red thing, because I'm like, you don't realize that, like, our Democratic Party in the United States right now is, like, right-center, if anything, on, like, an actual political spectrum. It is, like, centralist with, like, conservative undertones. It's not, like, actual liberal and, like, actual left-leaning.
Well, I find it interesting, too, with, like, the whole battling thing, too. I've actually personally, like, been called out myself by my own community for things that I personally am just like, you guys are fighting this very small issue against people who are on your side when you could be fighting something way bigger that literally is more meaningful.
It's because sometimes people get lost in that Pisces expansiveness, and the North knows they're like, yo, it corrupts via that excess. They're like, there's too much going on the broader scale, so I'm gonna address these concerns with people in my community because that's a safer target for me to deal with. Because they know that you're not gonna, like, come out with them with, like, a gun and take away all their rights and, like, try to murder them out of it.
That's true.
You're just gonna, like, have a conversation and be like, yo, that really hurt me. And XYZ.
Yeah. Well, and these are people I don't even know. This is, again, I have Pisces 12th house. So that North node, this eclipse is activating that 12th house hidden enemies aspect, which I also am just kind of like, whoa, I didn't even realize, Like, I also don't even think I'm doing anything wrong necessarily, and I'm trying to explain myself, kind of like what you're saying. It's like, hey, this is the reason why we do things this way, and then they're just like, I don't feel heard, or like they're just like, well, you're still doing it wrong anyway. It's like, well, then don't be a part of it. It's like community organizing. It's like, then don't be part of it. Don't ruin things for other people because you disagree or whatever.
Or if you want something catered to your own specific desires, maybe a more community-based approach isn't where you find those needs. You need to realize that when you go to community to service certain needs, you have to attribute that community is going to be different people with different opinions and different lives and different experiences that are going to act in different ways, and you're going to have to communicate to them in, you know, whatever works best for the both of you in order to set boundaries, do clear distinctions. As we were talking with that Venus-Saturn opposition that's happening, next week?
Yeah.
It's like October 11th. I just feel like it's a lot of like, you know, when you set your boundaries sometimes, you have to also do so with love and compassion.
Well, I'm so glad you brought boundaries up because Saturn is just retrograding, back into that Pisces. So it's about finalizing that lesson, those Piscean lessons of, you know, Pisces is very expansive. Like, how do you put the ocean into a structured box? You know, that's kind of what Saturn's trying to teach us. Like, we need to have boundaries with our compassion, and we have to still, you know, you can have compassion for someone and also, like, hold your peace. I feel like that's been a big lesson for me, is like being compassionate for someone, but not being so compassionate for someone else that I neglect the compassion for myself or boundaries for myself.
Well, that's a whole societal arc too, to like not get into specifics, but like to show compassion for one certain event, but to not show compassion for similar events that are happening. Sometimes even worse. You know, like getting.
No, I agree.
It's just, it
would be nice if, like, with the Pisces-ness in the eclipse, if we could step into that Jupiter theme of, like, taking a step back and seeing a collective goal, rather than, like, being very nitpicky about the certain things that we really focus on and advocate for. It's like, what if we take a step back and advocate for a bigger thing and stretch that advocacy across multiple events, not just one event.
Another thing I've just been noticing in my personal readings lately, and I do a lot of readings for new people, so that's really exciting to, like, a lot of people are, I think, being introduced to different modalities of connecting to spirituality themselves. Some people, like myself and you guys, like, we look at cards and astrology for, like, our own divination, but I think a lot of people who are raised in this religious mindset, they often just reject all spirituality altogether, and I have been seeing a resurgence of, like, open-mindedness when it comes to, like, oh, I can find my own spirituality without someone telling me what that is.
Right.
That's what spirituality was always meant to be. From the history and the dawn of civilization, you did religion in the privacy of your own fucking home and nobody questioned you about it. You know?
It's just interesting because, like, with Christianity, you know, they believe in a form of divination, you know, connecting with spirit, praying, and having beliefs. And it really sucks that there is, like, heavy boundaries and guardrails of, like, this is the only type of spiritual divination you can do. You can't look at cards or pray to other deities or astrology even. It's like it's all one bigger form of divination, but some forms of Christianity just limit it to one certain few acts that you can do.
Or someone is telling you, like, the thing about religion, organized religion, that I personally had an issue with growing up is, like, there's someone in the middle between you and God, or you and the bigger, higher self. It's like someone has to tell you instead of you finding that within yourself for you. You know, that's very much Hierophant energy, too.
That was my issue with it, too. Well, I know I've talked about this multiple times before. Like, I grew up as a Lutheran, but then I got handed a copy of Martin Luther's 95 Theses where he just states, hey, fix Catholicism, don't make a religion out of me. And then I had to question the elders in my family and my community to be like, yo, why are we this religion and why aren't we just Catholic? Why didn't we just fix the Catholic Church? Like, why are these so many denominations of evangelical Christians, of Lutheran Christians, of All Saints, you know, like, there's so many different denominations and so many different subsets of it. That's what I questioned immediately, too. So.
Definitely.
On a more, well, I was going to say positive note, but I have, like, a good and bad example of this. On more of, like, the medical side of Virgo, the way that I've seen the Pisces-ness come out in these eclipses is certain discoveries. Last week I saw that there's a potential cure for HIV, which is really cool, through genetic clipping.
I've also been hearing a lot of people talk about the lung cancer cure, and I was like, y'all, because of the embargo, Cuba discovered the cure for lung cancer almost a decade ago. And, like, Japan is finalizing its testing on it in the long haul, like, research process of it to implement it into their society. And so is China. And now shit is hitting the fan because all of these long-term testings are finally being complete. But this cure was discovered almost a decades ago, if I'm not mistaken. Like, this is a long time, but because of the U.S. embargo on Cuba, we don't get to know about these things.
Well, either way, though, like, the Virgo Pisces of really, like, illuminating that discovery, you know.
To, like, shine the light on it, quite literally.
And I think it is very Pisces that, like, this discovery was years ago, but it's just now surfacing because it's coming from deep within, like, waters. It takes a while to surface up.
Oh, and Cuba's a little island too.
There you go.
Oh, even more Piscean energy.
Another one too is that there was an announcement on causes for autism. Not to get into it, whether that's right or wrong, it's very much like someone stating their beliefs of a medical thing, which is Virgo.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Your belief of a medical thing rather than like
actual medical fact. Well, it's because all of our fucking programs that researched actual medical fact got defunded, and all of our research specialists in fields that communicated those research all got fired.
Yeah. I'll say like some more like personal things too with like the South Node in Virgo. For me, that's in my 6th house. So kind of realizing how much I've signed up for in my job and work life and day to day that I need to get rid of. Getting rid of especially like bad eating habits and things like that. So I'm improving my health by getting rid of certain things physically, and also there's this huge emphasis on my mental health now, that 12th house Pisces energy. So like getting a real big hold on my escapism tendencies, whether that's through scrolling or, you know, substances or people or relationships, you know, trying to find those escapes because there is a lot going on. There's a lot of overwhelming feeling, you know, North Node Pisces. Oh my God, who's not feeling a lot? I'm feeling a lot. But yeah, that's kind of how I've experienced it personally. And either of you, that South Node Virgo?
This is angular for me, 1st and 7th, and like
So that's pretty big.
Yeah, I mean,
a breakup.
I went through a breakup before the eclipses. During eclipse season, I ended up getting into a new relationship, and then I don't know. I just a lot of progress with like my astrology business because I literally gave my first big presentation on the eclipse at the hour that the eclipse was happening.
And that's amplifying you in your 1st house, that North Node of like.
Well, that was the solar eclipse in Virgo, but still like you said earlier in our last video, once you activate one house, you got to really pay attention to the opposing house, because the way that I saw that Virgo-ness in my 7th house being activated is that like me on stage speaking, I'm affecting those people, so I was really there because of those people and speaking directly to them. Yeah.
I love that.
Trying to think of anything else that's happened during eclipse season. I don't know. I've just been feeling.
It was activated a year ago too. That's when it kind of first started. And this is like the middle point-ish that we were kind of talking about. So it's a bigger story, and sometimes I have a hard time piecing it all together until it's done. But
I mean, you also made a great point of this is the new moon side of it. We're in the dark right now. Like we are getting some clarity now that it's 3 days after the fact. But that's just because today is the 24th. For recording purposes, we didn't say the time of this.
Oh well.
It should be on the recording.
Oh.
But yeah, with eclipses though, it sets up the next 6 months until the next eclipse cycle, and so I think everything we've experienced the past 2 weeks is really going to play out for the next 6 months to a year. Like I feel like 6 months from now, we're going to be looking back at these events that happened this week or last week, and talking about them still and acknowledging like what we've done since then. Yeah, because I've never seen such a commotion from both sides until now. You know what I mean? And so I think a year from now, some changes will be made for better or for worse. We can't necessarily predict. and it's going to be because of the actions this month.
Well, and generationally too, if we're thinking about the outer planets, you know, Aquarius, Pluto, that's about the people, like, and that's in conjunct to the Piscean energy. And then also Gemini is, you know, Uranus, that's the new energy that we're having, that is squaring this energy as well. So just on a grand scheme, there's a lot of changes and shifts happening on a global level that we're all being kind of like tense. We're not feeling comfortable because there's just so much shift. Like, what's in the air? What's actually going on?
Because there's changes that are being made outside of our control, collectively speaking, and astrologically speaking, with, you know, Uranus not only in Gemini, but it's also moving retrograde right now.
Yeah.
It's going backwards towards Taurus land, and it will spend a couple more months in Taurus from, November to April?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Yeah.
So we have this collective unrest with things are changing, and we have absolutely no say on how they're changing, why they're changing, or like where the authority is going. The checks and balances that were instilled by our presidents were kind of like changed and disrupted a lot during FDR's presidency. And I feel like a lot of those like emergency protocols are being so fucking abused right now, so that we have like an authoritative dictatorship.
Well, and I think that also speaks to that South Node in Virgo too, because Virgo's so organized, detail oriented, and if we're like not having a lot of that, it's like we're just lost in the ocean.
Yeah,
Exactly.
During the past month, no matter which side of the equation you're on, I've seen both sides really waking up to the fact that our voices don't have a lot of control, even though we've been taught that our vote and our voice does matter, but it doesn't, and we've been waking up to that. Our next cycle of eclipses, well, the next sign after this is Aquarius and Leo, and I think those eclipses are really going to shine on like community and how each voice plays an effect in the unification of democracy. And so right now, I think we're going through like an awakening, and then next is collective change from the smaller people, not the higher powers.
I feel like it's because the culture of America does not have a sense of community.
Yeah, well, we're very individualistic.
Yeah.
And we're waking the fuck up that we need community. And we can't just say we need community and do nothing about it. We have to create it. We have to like establish it. We have to treat each other kindly like our true, genuine neighbors, and things like that. And I don't think it's going that way. I think it'll be a long time. I don't have hope for the human race until Jupiter actually moves into Sag, I think it is.
Oh, wow.
Why is that?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
5 to 6 years from now is my time frame for it, because no, I feel like with Jupiter and Sagittarius, it'll bring a lot of that like soapbox preacherness getting met with like, hey, the grass isn't greener over on this side. You can't do that here. Sorry. Like, you got to cultivate your own fucking grass. Like,
Yeah.
put in the fucking work. Go find your own like method of motivation for yourself. And Saturn solidified in that's Saturn and Taurus also as well. I feel like it's gonna be good.
Yeah, your Saturn return.
I feel like it'll be good for the structure of community. We're structuring how
Saturn,
we grow things.
Taurus.
We're structuring how we plant new ideas, how we plant seeds, how we cultivate those things, therefore, how we set new things in place to plan for things like this in the future. Because other systems of government haven't figured out. You know, we're so far fucking behind because of our individualism. Like, if we just had, like, a succinct grid system for all of our electricity, first of all, you know, and, like, more systematic approaches to community set in place for us, finding community would be a lot easier.
In, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 years, we're going to have Jupiter in Libra and then Uranus in Gemini. And do you think that could be a time where we, like, compare ourselves to other governmental structures in the world?
If we're not doing that already, we fucking should.
I think that would be the time where that actually... We should be doing it now. But if we're not doing it now or soon, I feel like when Jupiter's in Libra, we'll definitely be comparing and implementing foreign structures.
I mean, foreign cultures and foreign communities have protested on our behalf for the past several months.
Yeah.
To be like, wow, this is so fucked.
Yeah, because whether we like it or not, our country does influence the rest of the world. We're not just an isolated thing here.
Yeah.
You know, our, like, the tariffs, for example, that impacted the entire global community, because it's like, well, if the Americans are out in certain ways, like, how are we going to fill our gaps for our own countries, get our resources elsewhere?
Yeah, well, what's interesting is during this current eclipse, one discussion I've seen come up over and over again from both sides is how our resources and money are escaping us to go to certain foreign governments. And so I think that really plays into like the Pisces escapism. And next up is Aquarius and Leo, which are fixed signs. So I think that might be a time where our resources stay fixed within the United States, or hopefully.
I don't know. That's like a big ego. Like the Leo Aquarius axis is very ego driven, in my opinion, and I wonder if there will be something with like that Leo Pluto generation also amplified with those nodes.
Well,
you know,
like I said during this time,
I am kind of excited for those eclipses because
Yeah.
that is really going to be big structural changes for that generation.
I think
the North Node will be in Aquarius,
Yeah.
which is for the people.
But I think the Leoness could come up as in like everybody collectively in the United States are shining up, like rising up and being a Leo of saying like, no, these resources need to stay with me and stay within our country, which is then activating Aquarius of collective community.
But it's the South Node in Leo too, so it's also releasing our ego and releasing these selfish tendencies to be more of a collective, like focus less on the individual, though, right?
Well, I think
Yes.
they play hand in hand. It's
a balance. Yeah,
it's going to be a weird thing to describe because like the collective communityness is coming from everyone realizing that like we all are. It's like the rise of an ego within everybody and realizing we need to take care of ourselves first.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, and I've been telling my clients this recently too, because like you can't have a constellation without each of those individual stars.
Exactly.
So if we're dimming our own light, then the constellation kind of loses its meaning.
I like that. Yeah.
No, I feel like that's a really great kind of like ending note to like land on is that like you have to have your own individuality in order to make community shine, but at the same time don't let your ego outshine the sense of community. Like don't be, not every star can be Regulus in the sky, you know, and be like this grand like part of Leo.
Yeah, leave it to me though. I'll be that star. You guys can be the other stars.
fine.
No, I'm kidding.
We're all gonna shine brightly. Okay. Yeah.
Do you guys have any other parting thoughts for the eclipses though before we say goodbye to our viewers?
My ending hot take note about the eclipses. I personally believe eclipse season ends on the first regular lunation after the eclipses. A lot of astrologers say eclipse season is 2 weeks from one to another. I think it's a month from eclipse to regular lunation.
Well, in this one, the last eclipse was on a new moon. So for that full completion to be done, do you mean by the next new moon? Because this new moon is going to be building into the full moon. So I feel like that eclipse energy is ingrained in this lunation, and even the death of the new moon as well, or the full moon.
I think eclipse season ends like we just had the Virgo new moon eclipse. I believe eclipse season ends on the next full moon, not the next new moon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the climax.
Right.
But and again, it is an eclipse, so it's going to reverberate. It's like you throw a stone in the water, and then it like ripples out.
Yeah.
The ripples get like smaller, but it's still
because this lunation was an eclipse, so that ripple is going to happen for 2 weeks. The next one, the full moon, the Aries full moon, is just a regular full moon, so there is no more eclipse rippling, in my opinion.
Well, I disagree just because it's like, well, eclipses really ripple for like 6 months until the next one. But in the grand scheme of things, where the intensity is, I do agree with you.
Yeah.
I disagree with both of you.
Let's do it.
I just think that it's all subjective. It all depends on your own natal placements.
But when
what's
people
going
talk
on
about
with you.
eclipse season,
I know.
what is that?
Even that, it depends on the cycle. It depends on where the nodes are. It depends on how close those eclipses that we're having are to each other.
So right now, what does eclipse season mean to you?
Oh, for me personally, it's long. Eclipse season is this entire 2.5 span that the nodes are in Libra and Virgo and Pisces. That's my eclipse season. It's just 2.5 years of this bullshit.
Yeah.
But on a more broader sense, I don't know. I always think of it like March, April-y time, and then like September, October-y time. So it's like 2 months-ish.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I agree with you that like there is a rippling effect of like the next 6 months. That's like the eclipse story unfolding, but the major events and change happen within that month period between one eclipse and then the next regular lunation. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I just saw eclipse season as talking about that short time of span of time when eclipses will happen like succinctly.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know.
But my question is, do you believe that season?
I know.
Yeah.
It's
Depends.
It depends.
Yeah.
Well, because the reason I say that is because I see so many astrologers being like, we're in a 2-week eclipse portal, and then they act like it ends. And I'm like, no, like there's a rippling effect, and like there's more energy, not just a 2-week little portal.
I guess I just don't. I've like not subscribed to that kind of bullshit and like metaphysicalness for so long that I just don't see that kind of shit.
It's just when I'm like doom scrolling, I hear people about it. But
yeah. No, I'm glad you brought that up. That's cool. Yeah. And you know what? If you guys have an opinion about it, please leave a comment. We want to hear your voices. We want this to be an open conversation. And especially come join us for our next astrology meetup if you want to learn more. Our next one is hosted by Rosalie mostly. We are supporting about
October 19th, the Hermetic Lots. It's more than just your part of fortune, but the part of fortune, that weird little X thing
with the circle,
means some shit. We could talk about it, you know?
Yeah. So please come join us, support us, and follow us at Denver Astro Meetup on Instagram and here on YouTube, obviously, as well.
Absolutely. Bye. See you guys.